Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, everything the crazy scientists and the knee-jerk climate nut jobs.
And that is what is at stake. Our ability to live on planet Earth.
Predicting with their shrill voices for the last 40 years.
Bill Nye the Science
has come true. Everything Exxon and BP and Chevron has said was a lie, global warming, is actually happening. This week, a cluster of insane tornadoes ripped through 8 states at the same time. Hit were Arkansas, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, and Tennessee. So basically, tornadoes had a meeting and it formed something akin to drug cartels targeting red states now. Yeah, red states who don't believe in climate change. Do you believe now?
It's a twister! It's a twister!
To all of you suffering in these states, we really hope you're well and getting through this. The good news is you now have a president who's not going to be free-throwing rolls of bounty, but will actually mobilize some serious help for you. Be strong. We'll do all we can. But let's get to the reality. Insane extreme weather events are normal now. Annie, are you there?
Bob! Good. Oh, Bob, the winds got up to 320 miles per hour.
There's no surprise anymore. When half of California is on fire, or 20 tornadoes hit 8 states, or it snows in Hawaii, or people drown in their bedrooms in New York, and they're drowning on the top bunk, the abnormal is now normal. That we have gotten to a point where Chicago being 60 degrees in December is normal. You get that, right? Chicago is comfortable in December. Yes, people are no longer dropping testicles out their pant legs. It's also comfortable if you're a bullet. Thanks again, Indiana, for your shitty gun laws. Anyway, climate change isn't coming, people. It's here. There's no denying it. Oh, you can deny it as the rising ocean fills up your beach house, the wildfires burn down your mountain cabin, and the tornadoes flatten your business. Keep denying it. But here are the facts. Sea level rise has doubled in the past 10 years, and by 2100 will rise 2 meters, 6 feet, which will screw over and displace 630 million people. And that's the problem we have, time. See, it took us 100 plus years of the Industrial Revolution and these diesel douchebags rolling coal to destroy this planet. And now human beings, we are the fossil fuel addicted, pedal to the metal, bee extincting, ecosystem killing disease on the planet Earth. And because it took 100 years to destroy it, we all know it's going to take another 100 years to fix it. And who has time for that? I barely remember to pay my child support month to month. How the hell am I going to worry about the year 2100? So instead, we're just going to keep kicking the can down the road and keep putting up these false carbon neutral dates where everything is going to get better. Those dates just keep getting moved further and further into the future because the oil companies keep writing checks to Rand Paul and Joe Manchin. It's not going to change, people. Sorry to give you that news. And the planet's going to heat up and people are going to die. And money won't mean anything, which is good because we can no longer grow food. And then we're going to be having violent, bloody world wars over drinking water. But until then, let's party like it's 2099 because we're not going to make it that far. Damn, we're stupid. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Ah! Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. With me as always, the lovely and talented Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
Yes, there can. We just did one about the hurricane to everyone out there who's got nailed by the 200-mile wide hurricane gang. It was a hurricane. It was a tornado gang of tornadoes. And are you drinking coffee?
It does smell good. It smells good,
smell?
actually.
Oh, really good, man.
It's cold outside.
I wish I had coffee.
It's so cold outside.
Thank you, man. That's Highlander getting me a cup of coffee.
It'll never happen again.
It'll never happen again. So I talked about the tornado. I to everybody out in all the 8 states. It went through across 8 states.
So I didn't even know about this.
Well, you were hanging out with your sister doing Christmas stuff.
And Grandma.
And Grandma, right?
And
you guys are watching
no news.
Hallmark all the time.
Yep.
It's like
and that was awesome. And so I came home and just said, "What happened? What's going on?"
And I went, you know what? You won't believe it. Mark Meadows is going in. There was a tornado.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to go back to grandma's. Hallmark.
I didn't know about the Mark Meadows thing either. I was listening to that on the way over because I'm back in LA and I'm back in the
You're
shit.
not. You're not in the shit.
He turned over the documents and stuff,
Like
but
6,000
refuses to answer questions about them.
And he actually wrote a book about his time in the White House. So he wrote a book, turned over 6,000 pages of documents. Yeah, but I'm not going to talk to you. I'm sorry, what? Like, it's the worst legal argument ever. Don't you think? I mean, what could he say, possibly?
Well, he doesn't want to incriminate himself by testifying to anything, except now they're meeting, I think, as we speak, right?
They're voting right now to actually hold him in contempt of court, contempt of Congress.
Which obviously they're going to do because we saw they already did it with Bannon, but I was like, man, what else happened?
You know, his lawyer said today, he's like, hey, man, this is his lawyer's argument. Hey, don't do it.
Yeah.
he said, reconsider. That was the entire argument. So it's weird.
And then you said there were a bunch of tornadoes
Not just
together.
a bunch of tornadoes. It was a 200-mile wide swath. People try to imagine driving 200 miles. Now imagine weather that for 200 miles that just tore down everything. There was a candle factory. So Amazon,
which is just sort of that's.
Well, the problem is this. I was listening to Candle Factory, but like they lost like 8 people, and the problem is that they're trying to find other people, but the dogs are the dogs are like that was Cinnamon Fall. the dogs are like smelling like hey butterscotch medley. What is this? The dogs can't find anything.
Look at you.
I don't know if I should be drinking it though. This is like the pissed off waiter that brings you something.
You need to look at his towel.
Your beverage set.
Is that toilet paper on your arm?
I'm kidding. This is my Christmas present. Thank you, Highlander.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
what
Highlander.
I said. It'll never happen again.
So anyway, we were just talking about the candle factory that got leveled. Candle
factory burned down.
It's absurd. No, it didn't burn down. No, it melted. It got tornadoed. It didn't get burned down. And because all the chemicals spilled, all the candles are there.
So this was tornadoes.
The dogs can't find the bodies. They're smelling. They're just smelling
like vanilla. And
it's popcorn.
This is tornadoes. This is not fire.
And then the dog smelled like roast beef, and he's like, "It's a candle." Like the dog. Anyways, I hate to be funny with something like that because it's tragedy. I've never seen devastation. The stuff that we saw.
Oh yeah, you hate to be funny with tragedy. You can even say that clearly. You felt so guilty.
But just to be clear, I'm funny with my own tragedies too.
Well,
okay, I will go after myself.
Okay, so you
got
to
makes it equal.
I'm not punching out. I feel bad for those people. Kentucky. Kentucky got pretty much nailed. I mean,
it's gone.
Almost all of Kentucky, it needs to be rebuilt. So they did like $80 worth of damage.
Wait, Kentucky is gone, but Mitch McConnell is still living? Is that?
He wasn't there. He's never in Kentucky. They have to tell him where Kentucky is. They're like, he's like, yeah. I just want to be the Senate of Kentucky. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
He's been gone so long. He doesn't know.
And the funny thing about Rand Paul is Rand Paul has voted against disaster. Hey, I just got my coffee taken. There you go. That's my life. No. Rand Paul here's the weirdest thing. Here's where we've lost our fucking minds. And this is why this thing, our phrase is by the way, on the new logo, scream sanity. Everyone else is screaming crazy. It's time for us to get just as loud screaming sanity. Rand Paul, who has voted against disaster relief for California, for Florida, for all these states, for New York.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
He wants disaster relief now.
For Kentucky,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
By the way, can you believe that Kentucky ended up with Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell?
Yeah.
My God.
Seems unfair.
Kentucky's got to be like, what did we do? Is the entire state on an Indian burial ground? Why is this nightmare happening all the time? And so it went across 8 states.
Let me guess. Both of them are in the pocket of the coal industry. Is that
maybe, possibly? Mm-hmm. Everybody's in the pocket. Joe Manchin. I brought Joe Manchin owns a coal company that basically his wife makes $600,000 a year, and he makes $500,000 off a coal company. Wonder why he doesn't want to kind of vote for renewables, electric cars. I don't know, man. It's a weird time. I have never been in. as I say in the new show.
Nobody yells at grandma's house. I just want to say.
I know. I just want to say, and I say it in the show, we are living through the Book of Revelations theme park. It's just a disease.
Revelation.
Oh, Book of Revelation.
Yes, indeed.
Book of Revelation. No S.
No.
Theme park.
Also, espresso, not espresso.
It's espresso.
It's faster.
Yeah, it makes me faster when I drink it. By the way, it makes stuff come out of me faster too.
No.
That's why it's called espresso.
No.
Nope.
Why are you laughing at that?
Because we're both 4.
What have you been doing? Did you know this was all going on, or have you just been on a bender?
What I do is
got a
a
kid.
bender.
He's on a frustration bender. His son is now 10.
Despite this face, it does look like it's on a bender.
It has
Or on
not
a
been
Harley.
on a bender. Or on a Harley. It is starting to look a little more Harley.
Where is you need an old lady.
A ball and chain.
That's what you need. Is my old lady. You need that. You got to have, with that beard needs to come with an old lady.
Right.
Yeah, we've gone full Viking at this point. This is
Dude, you got a couple years.
there's
You're
red-
gonna Santa the shit out of that one day. You know you're not far. Like when that goes gray, you're gonna be like super cool Santa.
Really, honestly, I'm only keeping for. I shot some videos a couple months ago, and I haven't had time to finish them. I got to do some other shots.
Right.
I'm just keeping it for continuity. Okay, you guys get it.
Oh. It was
What?
that long
I don't
then?
want to put a tape on.
I didn't even pay
Yeah.
attention.
No,
enough.
it's
This
fine.
has happened before.
I just say when it goes gray though, you have another whole
that's
other
when
career.
it goes gray, we have a new way to whore you out, is what he's saying. It's not for you, it's for him.
What's the silver app? The silver
Silver
silver singles.
Yes.
Silver singles.
Yes. We could go ahead and sign you up for that now.
I would like some ho-ho-hos.
No.
Boom.
We did that in Titus. That was a joke he didn't hide.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was like a second episode 20 years ago. So I'm stealing my
Still
own
holds up.
material.
I have a picture of my sister. We were in the mall a few years ago, and it said ho, ho, ho. And she didn't pay attention. And I said, oh, go stand right there. Just right there. The lights are really pretty. Let me take that picture. And it's one of my most treasured photos of my dumb
See?
sister standing there smiling like this. And it just says ho in big letters.
Good. So the tornado thing is, and the great thing is this. I had such mixed emotion. I was so horrified for the people because it was in the middle of the night. It just happened at night. And some people were at work, and some people weren't. And it just, one guy had it. He was sitting in his house, and his wall disappeared. His wall just went gone. And they were walking through it, and he's going, yeah, man, I was sitting there, and he goes, the door got kicked in. Next thing I know, the ball just went.
And this isn't Tornado Alley, or is it the new Tornado Alley?
They said it's moving. They said it's moving east now. They said that because of climate change, everything's moving east, and they said they've never had
Climate
much
change.
like this.
That's not real.
Dude,
That's you keep pumping out these hoaxes.
Hoaxes. That's what I'm saying. COVID too. Hoax. Omicron variant. Hoax. This
So
hoax.
a couple people died in Amazon
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
from the tornado, not from the
They said-
uninhabitable
They
conditions.
their spokesman said, we did everything we could to them. We used bullhorns to tell them to get to a safe space. Except they don't have a tornado safe space. Just gather around
Workers at
the
Kentucky
boxes.
plant-
Just ship
Get
yourself
in a
out
box.
of there.
Yeah, get in a box. What happened? Shit. I'm good.
Workers were told in
box.
a plant that they would be fired if they left the building during the tornado.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Amazon doesn't
shit.
fuck around.
Oh, that's the candle factory. But I did see several people died in the candle factory.
Yeah, the people that got told at the candle factory couldn't go, hey, it's Christmas. We need it. We don't care what's going on.
That is some literal sweatshop shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's what's going on with employers right now. Like they're so mad that COVID made people go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
COVID made people go, why am I working?
Yep.
Wait, my base pay in a restaurant is $2.13 an hour, and I have to pray for tips. Do you know tipping around the world? They don't have it.
Right, because they make enough.
Right. It started in Prohibition times because you couldn't buy alcohol. So you'd go, this is for you.
Right.
I know you're on this
Hush,
whole thing,
hush.
but I made so much money from tips.
Yes,
when
but
I
not
was
everybody
bartending.
looks
It was
like you.
Insane. I
Him and I
would
are waiters.
go home
We're fucked.
with stacks of
We
cash.
wash dishes.
Yeah, you went home with stacks of cash because you're stacked. Let's just be clear. Am I wrong?
I don't. That's so
No.
weird. I feel like he would be like,
It's a
"Yeah,
little-
she's stacked."
I'm
And
sorry.
you're like,
sometimes-
"Yeah, wait."
and I'd be like, thank you.
The other day, he was it's like, we want a really good picture of Ray. I'm like,
What are you guys making now?
I'm doing nothing.
Did I still
Why
did I
don't
just
you-
fucking up?
We're
Dude,
not
shut
doing
up.
nothing.
I'm not doing nothing. We didn't do nothing.
What are you guys making?
We were doing it for. No,
Look, he's looking at you.
no, it was a
like-
Christmas present idea. And shut up,
Yes.
you fucking
Oh,
asshole.
it was. You idiots.
You're sitting with idiots. We're morons.
That's what I was wondering.
The Santa Claus thing is over. You fucked it up. You have no ability as a Santa.
That's what I was wondering, and I knew if I just asked and let you guys just sort of melt
Let
down,
us
I would know
fall
if it
into
was
it.
a present or not.
Yeah,
We're gonna trip our way into it.
Wait, we're two seventh graders. We're not. We didn't break the window. What? God damn it.
Just deny. You guys got to get better at this.
I never said anything to you.
Are you drinking a beer?
It looks like a beer. It's not LaCroix.
No, but there are
LaCroix.
MGDs up there in the fridge, so he told me to drink one of those. But those
Just
are
water it
there
down because you wanted something sparkly.
from Stacy for the Titus homecoming episodes.
Oh, we had to have beers for Dad, yeah.
And Zach had
Yeah.
to open beer at the same time and toast him on the screen.
That's right.
So
By the way, guys, if you want to see the finale of Titus, we did 2 episodes during COVID, and you can go to ChristopherTitus.com right now. I had to pay the actors, so it's going to cost you $7 to see
Woo!
2 whole episodes, almost an hour of new material with the entire cast. I just wanted to bring it up.
We're still in COVID. I just want to let you guys know that.
Oh, right. I
Still.
know. It doesn't, it's funny. People have accepted. So I was in the San Jose Improv last night. I did I did 6 shows this week, and I did a Santa Rosa.
San Jose.
No, I did
you
Roanoke
did
Park.
Roanoke Park.
Great club. One of the best shows. It was phenomenal. Wine country. And so we did, and then I did the San Jose Improv, and I drove home last night. Made it from San Jose to LA in 4 hours and 15 minutes. Oh, they could use this in court.
In the Alfa Romeo?
No, in the Dodge Ram. I had that thing set at 95. Radar detector, boop boop. Because and you know,
Nice. Yeah.
I had one cop. I had one. And it went bang, and I'm now so trained at it. I pound the brakes. So because he was coming at me, so he couldn't see my brake lights.
Oh, right.
Now he probably saw the bumper scrape the pavement as the front end dived when I hit the brakes. But
You got to just let off the gas, let it go for a little.
yeah,
then
well, I was going
there's
too
technique.
fast. I'm doing 95. It's going to take a minute to slow
Right,
it down
right.
to 70.
Oh, the headlights were.
Yeah. So he came across the median behind me, and there was,
He was about to get you.
yeah, he came across the median behind me, but I was already slowed down, and there was another truck next to me, so I stayed right with that guy. And
You Smokey and the Bandit.
At the
that
yeah,
thing.
I totally Smokey and the Bandit, man. Eastbound and down, 18 wheels are rolling. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go in a short time to get there. Yeah, watch your bandit run. So what happened was,
Go ahead.
Which,
He had his CV ready.
Go, man.
He wanted,
keep going.
how you doing, Fred? So I paced this guy. I just stayed with this guy, thinking, okay, let's see what happens. And that guy got off at the next exit, and the cop followed him off.
Nice.
I was like,
Wow.
boom!
I've seen Smokey and the Bandit, I think.
Oh my God! You
I have.
just
You
saw
think?
Godfather.
I think so. I just saw Godfather.
Sally
I was
Field was in it?
questioned by my brother-in-law this week if I had seen Bookstore Bonanza.
Oh my God! Buckaroo Banzai. Jesus,
Did you seriously call it bookstore?
Jesus Christ! She just called like a
Bonsai.
literally like an iconic, crazy, like the closest Americans have ever got to Monty Python, and she called it Bookstore Bonanza.
Yeah, that's it.
By the way, that
Buckaroo
movie
Bonsai.
is horrible. Bookstore Bonanza. It's a Hallmark.
I
It's
would
the
totally watch
shittiest
that.
Hallmark movie ever.
The War of Stars.
So
Oh
he
my
kept saying,
God.
"You haven't seen it? It's so funny."
How
Ask
about
Chris
does that
if
movie
he's
with the
seen
shark
it.
jowls?
So-
Teeth?
No.
So
Fins.
I texted
No,
him, and he said, "Of course, I've seen it 100 times." And my brother-in-law was like, "Well, why haven't you watched it?" And I had this whole moment where I was going to say, "I hate
don't watch movies." Oh.
And then I thought maybe it's too soon for that conversation. I knew that it would probably get weird, and so I didn't tell him.
That's a phrase that nobody said. That is your phrase. I hate movies. No one in the world has ever said it. No one. The reason it's a $1 trillion business is because everybody loves movies.
I blame Quentin Tarantino.
I will say Hateful Eight. She was very hateful.
That's when it happened?
Yeah, no. Well, no.
Yeah.
She kind of hated movies before that.
No,
but
I
There was a
really-
lot of movies before that
turned-
movie.
No, but Hateful Eight, man. We were watching Hateful Eight. It was an hour and 40 in, and then the intermission comes up.
You're
And
only in
she
the
was-
first.
Dude, it was crazy. It was. She turned into a
Take
terrorist.
a break. Go to the
This is-
bathroom.
Are you
get
kidding
some
me?
snacks.
They're still on the train?
Intermission?
I was just sitting there, just like my leg
still in the
jiggling, just
snow.
waiting for the end of it. It's almost over. It's almost over. Come on, it's almost
It's a
over.
good movie.
You cannot even say that with a straight face.
What is not good about
They
it?
now have the extended cut available on
no.
Amazon or
Yeah,
somewhere.
I can't.
saw
I'm
longer.
like,
I saw that.
was there a lot of
What the
unanswered
fuck
questions?
is extended?
Yeah,
So
longer.
so that movie was written as a play. It was originally written as a play. That's why it takes place in one place.
You told me this
As
already.
many
It
plays.
doesn't make it any better. And
Yeah,
there are
it
some
does.
different places in that movie.
Well, there's just outside the barn, but that could have been a
They're
set.
in the wagon, the coach thing.
Yeah, because they turned it into a movie. It stopped being a play, but it was originally.
I get that. I'm just
Oh, my
saying
God.
it's not in one place.
Do you hate plays?
No, I love plays.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I haven't seen a play in a long time, but I used to like plays a lot.
But it's the same. It's people saying things in front of your eyes.
Telling a story.
That's the same thing.
same exact thing.
Just one is on.
We're
like
trying
a
to
flat
figure out
thing.
why. I hate movies. It's still when you say it, it's the most ridiculous phrase. You know, and I say ridiculous shit all the time, but I hate movies.
Do you not like stories? Is it stories?
No.
Someone
I love
telling
books.
you what a story.
I read all the time.
She reads all the time.
All right.
And that's why she's way more intelligent than moi.
All right.
I love books.
Fair enough.
I devour books.
But you did go through the 3 Godfather movies over COVID. That was good.
To be fair, I got through 2 1/4.
Well, that's how
That's a big
everybody.
deal.
The third one, man, it was Sofia Coppola. She was
The 1/4 was
She'd
bad
never
enough.
acted before. She was.
It was really bad.
They're like,
Let me tell you, Michael, we're gonna bring it back in. Is this your daughter?
yes, it is. I'm his daughter. Good to see you. How are you doing? And I'm like, I don't want to rip on Sofia Coppola because she's
Yeah, you
she's down
do. You
directed.
just
but
did.
No, at that time, you got to remember that was a long time ago, and it was such a bizarre jump to watch.
All these guys who are just these brilliant Italian actors.
And then, Dad. I'm like, it was glaring. It was
Even
glaring.
I already said this, but Al Pacino's character, because I
my
did
God,
watch
Father.
them back to back, he completely changed his character for the third one. It
Yeah,
wasn't the
he became
same.
well, no, but he'd grown a lot. He became the head of the thing. He was dealing with the Pope now instead of
Nope.
and Andy Garcia. You didn't like either. You were mad.
Andy Garcia was terrible.
Yeah, she like this iconic thing. Yet over COVID, we also there was a
Rocky.
we were
I
up at the
watched all
cabin.
5 Rockies.
She saw all 5 Rockies and was mad there was not another Rocky.
That's interesting.
She was mad. She was like,
Out of all the
I was totally
cinematic
sucked in.
experiences, you chose. I love that.
It was
right, Pacino.
No, Pacino was great, but he totally changed the character in the third one.
He was a lot older. It was 20 years later. I mean, people grow. He was now the head of the thing.
He completely
he
changed
was
the
Al
way he
Pacino now. He
communicated.
wasn't-
yeah, true.
That was exactly what he did. He had become Al Pacino in that
In
interim.
that time.
Bigger than any character he could play.
The son of a woman, Al Pacino.
Yes.
He become the iconic Al Pacino, and it's
And
hard to look past that.
Yeah, and so he didn't go back to he played the character originally in this it was very intrinsic. It was like really powerful without doing a lot. But Al Pacino became big.
Yeah.
And so
Everything's great.
exactly.
We're gonna kill Tartaglia.
Well, no.
You're out of order. Everything was that.
That's what it felt like.
Al, stop.
That's what it felt like. Was You're Out of Order? Was that?
No,
that was actually
that was before that.
court.
And Justice for All is such a great.
That's a movie with Al Pacino?
Yes, great movie. Again, before he was iconic Al Pacino, that you couldn't get past Al Pacino. It's
I
weird.
haven't seen that, but I have seen Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. That's a courtroom.
This is a weird
Drama.
drama. No, it's not. It's a Senate drama where they do the actual filibuster, where he actually talks forever.
Same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. Fuck you, Rand Paul. Yeah,
I'll take the verse.
Ted Cruz can bite my ass. Welcome. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington Part 2.
2021.
Insurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobert's a twat.
Oh my gosh, why don't we do that as a sketch? Mr. Smith goes to Washington
new one.
post-insurrection.
2021.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll work on my Jimmy Stewart. That's a sketch. We're doing that sketch. That's going to be on the next sketch show.
I got it right.
Yeah, well, we do it shoot on black and white. Yeah.
People outside the
Who
window.
can I be, though? There weren't any women in that movie, were there?
No, you're gonna have to be a
Oh,
man.
I can play a man.
Yeah, it's all men. There
I
weren't no
can
women
play.
back then.
Let me play like a Lindsey Graham, a sort of more effeminate Southern.
I'll say, man, yeah. I'm talking right here, so shut up, Lindsay. You could play anybody. You could play Susan Collins. You could just rattle your head and just be like, I believe that everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. They've learned their lesson.
I think
Suck
I
it.
But by the way, we should cut to him as somebody with a gun
insurrectionist.
to her head. Oh, he's learned his lesson. He's not going to shoot me. And then you hear off screen, because Susan Collins always said, they're not going to do it. And then they do it. Okay, good. Don't write it down. We'll get it.
I wanted to, but I can't find.
No, we'll remember it. Remember it. People are trying to listen to the
By
podcast
write
right
it
now.
down, we mean.
Forget it
Put it
later.
in our
Forget it.
phone.
No. So here's how this will go. Hey, remember it, and then
Yeah,
2
we
days,
don't remember it.
A week from now, I'll go. What was that thing we were talking about on the podcast? And then you'll be like, oh, I got to bring the podcast up, and then you have to bring the whole podcast.
We scan through it. Wait. Oh yeah, there it is.
I like it.
The sketch show is being I'm not going to give any updates on it, but the sketch show is going around right now, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited about it.
Yes, it's going around.
It's going around. There's a great story that Jack Kennett used to tell on Titus. He'd be like, someone would go like, "Oh my God, that movie Cleopatra. You know, I read for the part of Cleopatra. Wow, what happened? I didn't get it." That's every actor. They're like, Jack Kennedy.
This episode today is brought to you by Liquid IV.
Liquid IV. This is the time you need it. This time, tis the season to be drinking and help
And
yourself with Liquid IV.
They have a new flavor.
Which I
First
just
of
had
all,
today.
they had more yellow cherry when I checked, which is it might have scooted above strawberry. I'm not sure. I know. I don't want to commit to that yet. But they have a new flavor
That's
called
a bold statement.
caramel apple, which you tried today.
And very good. And then it leaves a note of like I had caramel popcorn at the end. I was like, that's really good at the end.
It's really good.
It's good. It's quite good.
It actually tastes like an apple and caramel, and I don't know how they do that. but
Liquid
it's-
IV. If you don't bring pear back, we're going to have trouble. Go ahead. Sorry.
Cooler
After you said
weather,
note
you got to
on
watch
it.
for dehydration more because you don't notice it as much because you're not hot. You think, oh, you're not dehydrated. Why do you have a roll of toilet paper?
What is that for?
If I have a runny nose,
Oh,
I need to
okay,
take
sorry.
care of this.
Speaking of cooler
By
weather,
the way, that is so dude with this old lady on his bike. Hand me the toilet paper. My nose is running.
because it's cooler weather, Ken's nose is running.
But by the way, I've become a Liquid IV sommelier.
And
I've
flu
said that.
season is in full swing,
True.
unfortunately. So stay away from people and wear your mask. It helps that too.
But also staying hydrated. And this stuff, it puts so much more back than just normal water does, and it tastes good. You know,
It tastes awesome. I
Yeah.
have some that I'm mildly addicted to.
Yep.
This product is not addictive.
watermelon.
I'm just saying I happen to really love it and crave it sometimes.
I have two. I have two every night. The two sit on my nightstand every night. I drink it every night. I'm not
used
joking.
it as soon as I landed when I got home last night.
Yep.
I had one because I was so dehydrated.
So we've started traveling. We take so you can get it's these little packets, and we travel with it because we're on the road all the time. And being on that plane dries you out. Depending, we were in Colorado, dries us out. Boom, have a cup, throw in a bottle of water. Boom, it I don't know what the percentage is, but it's way more hydrating than water.
Here's how
alone.
important it is. When Grandma was here, I shipped a box to her house to me from myself because I was going to see her a week later. When I got there, it had a bag of Liquid IV in it, strawberry.
Yeah,
Because
and Grandma's 88. She'll suck the moisture right out of you. So you need to make sure
you
being
just
around
get-
her.
Brick of salt.
if you just get close to her. But my sister
You're like-
drinks it like crazy.
She's so dry. She sucks it.
You get dry when you get old, she told me, and your hair
you make
quits
other people
growing.
dry.
You don't
And
have
your
to
hair
shave
quits
anymore
growing.
on your legs.
Really? Good.
That's what
so
she
you have
said.
something to look forward to.
You become like a hairless cat. Just wrinkly.
Now I don't want to know. La 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 la. I don't want to.
No, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, but what are you gonna
Ow.
do? You said her legs, and then all her hair falls out, and all. The next thing I'm like, anyways.
Let me finish this, and then I'm going to reference hairless cat. It has cellular transport technology, CTT, his initials. So you get glucose, sodium, potassium, which deliver water and nutrients into your bloodstream. It's faster than water, more efficient than water alone. Drinking one of these sticks, and they give back. Which I love. In response to COVID-19, they donated 4 million servings. They donate to hospitals, first responders, food banks, veterans, and active military. They've done over 11 million globally. So grab your favorite Liquid IV flavors nationwide at Walmart now, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Titus at checkout. That's
use that promo code, people.
% off anything you order when you get better hydration a day using promo code Titus at liquidiv.com.
We're trying to
try caramel apple. It's
We're
pretty
trying
bomb.
to invent a toddy with the apple pie, right?
No, see, that's what I was going to... I think caramel apple now
Would be better?
with brandy would be...
Heat it up.
Yeah, but I... Like what I did for you today, how I put not a big giant liter of water, but I did a little bit of water, so it's stronger, and brandy, Bob's your uncle.
And while you're getting dehydrated from the alcohol, you're getting hydrated.
Right.
I think I just used Bob's your uncle,
By the way,
right?
this
and my
part's not
sister's
official.
here
This is
to
not an
applaud
official
me.
talking points.
They don't approve this, right? This is not.
No, this is just
What?
Even though they should.
I'm sure people are making... I would not be surprised if they had recipes on their website.
You're free to do what you want with the Liquid IV,
Well,
right?
they do clearly advertise that it's great for hangovers.
Oh,
So why
well, there you
not
go.
hydrate?
That's how you,
During-
While you're
that's how you get them.
Exactly.
So so the world's coming apart, and I am upset about it. And no, because this whole thing started when Obama was president, and the world wasn't coming apart; it was getting fixed. That's why we started the podcast. And the Armageddon update was because everyone was ripping on Obama for everything he did. I ironically and satirically named it the Armageddon update. And fuck, now it's
How
just
prophetic.
Now it's just the Armageddon update. There's no joke anymore. Yeah, here's some more shit that went wrong. Hey, we're all gonna die. So that's what it feels like to me sometimes.
It's not falling apart at grandma's. I just want to say.
But so here's an interesting thing. So I am immersed in the news, whatever, because I have to write I have to do, the Armageddon updates, and I have to write them, and then him and I have to. So we kind of have to know. When you went to grandma's for a week and you just
doesn't know.
turn the world off.
I do eventually.
Yeah,
he finds out.
I
from
really
you.
know
he
eventually.
finds out here, like
You
did that
really
happen?
know.
He's like, and then wait, so you just stayed at grandma's with your sister, who's by the way, politically you guys are on opposite sides, really, and her husband didn't talk about politics at all. Just watch Hallmark movies and wrap presents.
You didn't feel the hurricane, the tornado at all? No, nothing.
So
No,
ignorance
window.
is bliss, and you were in bliss.
I was. It really is interesting. I had no idea any of this was happening, and the world moved on. It was fine. I'm still alive.
Some of the
and,
world moved on.
Well, some people. Yeah, that's a good point. But it was great.
I think there's a balance. You should know about it.
Grandma does watch the news. She watches CNN, but not when they're there and I'm there, because grandma's really afraid of like the two sides going at it or whatever. So
I've had a couple discussions with your sister's husband, and we can talk about it. We don't start yelling though. He's a smart man. I'm a smart man. We don't start going, "Fuck you, man! Hey, man! You don't even know."
He said to me a couple times ago when I was with them, he said, "Why?" Because he's extremely well known in the conservative movement. He's very successful and people know him. My neighbor that I used to think was a woman named Karen knew him when he saw him. So
non-COVID movement.
he said to me, why would everyone I hang out with have to agree with me like that? Like very confused. And I thought, yeah, right. That's how it used to be.
That's what we need to get back to, right? You used to be able to go, you're having a drink at a bar or whatever. I remember my dad hanging out talking shit with his buddy at the pizza shack. They would just talk shit about what was going on, laugh, blah, blah, blah. And they'd rip on each other back and forth. Yep. And they knew it was just, we were just fucking around.
It's
it wasn't
so
like
angry now.
It wasn't like, man, I'm opening Karen. I will shoot you. It's bad.
He used to be
now.
like, oh, I don't want to talk politics.
On
like,
my-
that was a
that guy.
sentence.
Yeah, when it got too far, dude.
On
dude,
my flight
I don't talk
yesterday, a guy...
Oh, this is a great story.
This is the world today. I'm always a little anxious to fly. I could just end that sentence right there,
Lately,
period.
yeah. You're always anxious to
But
fly.
more so lately, and because we have seen some things that didn't used to happen.
Right.
But yesterday, a very kind of methy, chain smokery, very my hometown kind of looking person got on the plane, and I guess she had paid her $12 on a 38-minute American flight, one of those little planes,
Just want to point this
to
out.
have the aisle seat.
Because I set this up. It's a 38-minute flight.
Yeah, Newbern to Charlotte.
Tiny plane. 30.
Right.
It's
Little puddle jumper,
It's
just up and
lit-
down.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's basically a sitcom with commercials.
Yes.
Right.
It's pretty much it.
So she paid to have that aisle seat, and they have put a gentleman in that seat who is a double amputee. And she lost her shit.
No.
Oh, yes.
So
Loudly screaming at
He
him.
clearly had
arguing.
no fucking legs.
Clearly.
And
Yeah,
clearly,
no.
yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, clearly.
He wasn't.
Was he like, hey?
He wasn't trying to pull the wool over anyway. He had no legs. And it's a big Marine base. A couple of big Marine bases right there.
So it's probably a soldier.
Yeah.
who
Yep.
he got hurt on the
But
battlefield.
either way,
It does.
Sure,
Yeah,
yep.
you're right. If you're right,
you know.
could have been a guy on a
Could've been a
motorcycle
wood
got
chipper
run over.
accident.
Yeah, wood chipper accident. That guy's a moron. Get him out of my seat.
So
deserve
clearly he can't, it's low, so he couldn't lift himself up over that armrest to get in that. I mean,
And because he doesn't have legs.
that's
that-
the whole reason
that's
why
a-
he
that's
couldn't.
right. Not
because he
and,
doesn't.
Because he doesn't have legs.
Yeah, cause and effect. Yeah. And so you guys are so dumb. And
We're not dumb.
so he went like that. So she's screaming. And she gets back off the plane, goes out, screams at them, gets back on the plane because you board out on the tarmac. And anyway, so it gets quiet. We are taxiing. We're about to take off. And you hear her, it's like a few rows behind me, start yelling at this guy again. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done talking to you. Stop talking to me. And she's like,
And then
I
you
need
guys
to
landed.
know who authorized you. That's what I need to know.
Wow.
And he was like, stop it now. And the flight attendant threw her seatbelt off so fast because she was in the jump seat and went sprinting up the aisle and got in that lady's face and then ran back up, called the captain and tells him to turn the plane
They
around.
were going out.
So
They're
I'm
going
like-
to turn this
You're,
fucker
you're
around.
on the fucking plane for 5 more minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Seriously.
Like I
The
told
flight
Grace-
attendant tried to turn the plane around, which I was like, please don't, because I had 38 minutes in
What a
Charlotte.
piece of-
I
what
just
a-
want to go,
Oh.
Just shoot this bitch. I have to
Yeah.
make my connection.
yeah. I was fine with that. Or
Use a
open the
flare
door
gun.
as
Just
we're taking
burn-
off.
Don't kill her. Burn a hole in her boob. And then it's because I need to make my connection. I know how you feel because you want to get home. You've gone for a week. You want to get home. I was going to be like,
The guy next to me was just pissed. This
Yeah, so-
redneck guy.
so the guy-
He was like, this bitch got on a Project Renegade t-shirt attacking a double amputee. You can't make this shit up. People are crazy. People are... And then the lady in front of me goes, somebody get the duct tape. Like that. It was-
This is where I'm starting to see the cracks, like closing up. Because what's happened is it's been nutty for about 2 years, let's say, but it's got nutty. We were started getting on planes about 3-4 months ago, and we were hearing stories from flight attendants that they were just like, people are acting crazy, people are doing stupid shit, and so I started getting on a plane and go, anything happening? And the last
you
time,
ask every week.
and what's happened is it's like taking like just a weird lame poll, but when we started flying, it was every week. They're like, guys were like, some of the flight attendants are a little, and they're like, let me tell you what happened. But as it's gotten better, people are just like, no, it's getting better. Everything's all right. So I think what's happening is the people that want to live in a fucking normal world are not going to take this shit anymore. We're already there was another video recently. It was about maybe a month ago where a guy started some shit and instantly a big black dude and a big white dude just walked right up and they're like, what do you want to do, man? And the guy was like, oh shit.
Well, one interesting thing about them reporting it so much is we've all thought about what we would do when we're in that situation again. We're not surprised. And you saw everybody decide yesterday that they were backing this flight attendant up and we were going to take this bitch down.
Yeah.
Good.
You got to shut down
But
Karens.
that's what I mean. The cracks are kind of closing up because we all just want to get back. I was in San Jose this week, and the crowds were great, but there was people that weren't masked the entire show. And I kept telling everybody I'm triple vaccinated. Listen, she's triple, I'm triple. Did you get yours yet?
Yep.
So we're all triple vaccinated. At this point, if I get this, I can do no more. I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah.
I'm washing my hands. I'm triple vaccinated. Bring it on, Omicron.
No,
Let's go.
no.
No, I'll take this shit
No.
out. I got some antibodies for its ass.
I know, but
With the
I
triple
gotta
vax?
live.
Yeah, I get the triple vax.
It'll be the
Yeah, but
sniffles.
isn't it like
They're like this, "Yo, man, what's up,
75%?
mommy?"
This is what I mean. You guys are dumb. You guys, if you get it, you have to stay together. You have to
No, I'm
stay
gonna live
together
here. I'll be
with him.
He'll stay home and I'll live here. I'll be like, yeah, I've stayed at the shop for 15 days.
You guys can take care of each other.
I'll just play guitar. I'll
I
get
don't
on the
want it.
stage. I'll play guitar. I'll work on
No,
the
you
car.
won't. You'll be calling me crying. You don't want to be taken care of.
We'll be
when you're
watching
sick.
movies without
I
you.
won't be sick. I won't be
Good.
because you hate movies anyway. We'll be like, man, she'd like this one, but we're not gonna let her watch this one.
Watching the extended cut.
Yeah, you say you hate movies, but you watch Hallmark movies. You'll watch 15 or 20 in.
No.
And those are terrible.
Listen,
They're
It's
horrible.
officially terrible.
Listen,
they're
have
the
you
worst
ever
movies
watched
ever.
that? I don't watch them. I put them on as background noise.
That's
they
watching
are
them.
some of the worst. If you do ever pay attention, you'll have to roll your eyes so many times within those 2 hours. I can't take it. However, they're great, soothing background noise. I have no idea what the storyline is in half of them, well, except I know what the storyline is.
Yeah, the guy from the radio station went back to his hometown to meet the girl that he fell in love with in junior high.
school
And now
sweethearts.
she's doing something else, but she got married, but that guy died, and so now she's sad, but doesn't want to date him, so he has to have her. So he actually goes.
Not
he has
exactly,
to
but-
go sell the house that his because his dad died, and they kind of bump into each other at the cafe.
But
then
the
it starts.
dog notices the other person.
That's it. The
So
dog actually drags someone over. Yeah. Right.
The dog.
So we're close. But
And they're blonde.
we just wrote the best Hallmark movie.
So, yeah, they're pretty annoying, but they're great as background noise.
Right.
I don't think that's quality cinema by any stretch. Carry on. You know what you guys need? Feels. This episode brought to you by Feels.
Maybe you could sit through a movie
Instead
if she had
of
some feels.
your terrible Hallmark movies, use some feels.
Or that. Well, that's why I use Hallmark movies. Do you know I never watched Hallmark until my mom got sick? And it was such a, my mom's health journey was so traumatic, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was, I was living in minute 44 of the TV show House. Do you remember that? One of those crazy medical dramas where blood is shooting out of someone's eyes and you're in the hospital all of a sudden, and it was crazy. So it was like fight or flight for 2 years. And that was when I started.
And a guy with a cane
My
walked in.
favorite movies prior to that were horror, right?
I will say that the Hallmark movie is life Prozac. It's tragedy Prozac. If you're going through a horrible life thing and it's just playing, there's a little bit of music playing, everybody's happy.
Just background.
It's a warm blanket.
Just quiet. Yep, it's a warm, annoying blanket.
Which is a lot like Feels.
Yep. Feels, if you don't know yet, get on board.
CBD oil, people.
Premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. See, they even help you with your anxiety there. Naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. You just put a few drops under your tongue. You feel the difference within minutes. They have a CBD hotline. If you have any questions or you've never used it before,
Makes
you
me
can call
sleep
and
better.
ask them
Makes me
questions.
sleep better.
It really does help sleep. It really does just help with overall,
Chill. It just for whatever reason I'll notice it's not something you take and you're like, oh wow. It's like you just go, wow, I guess 30 minutes and I'm fine now.
And it does that to you.
Life's exactly
It's really
wow.
effective.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Felix and Oscar.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Feels is a natural, healthy, better way to feel better. You're not going to have a hangover. You're not going to have an addiction. That's what's great about it. You can join the Feels community. You get Feels delivered to your door every month. You save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel at any time. There's no conditions on that. So you become a member, and you get 50% off of your first order. I know. And it's actually a pretty big savings. I did this when I first started it. So start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/Titus, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's feals.com/Titus to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. See, they even take the stress away with free shipping.
We don't take ads from stuff that doesn't work, much to her chagrin.
We've gotten some crazy good response
Yes, we have.
on this and Liquid IV. We've had some really intense emails written to us about health issues that people had and how this and Liquid IB and stuff like that really help them. It's a great product. Feels.com/Titus.
Speaking of great products, I want to talk about the weather. Wow, that was the worst segue. Could that literally be the worst segue I think I've ever said in my life? I was thinking what I was going to talk about because we did the Armageddon update about climate change and about these tornadoes, these insane tornadoes. And did you know in Chicago it's 60 degrees this week in December?
It's colder here than it is in North Carolina where I came from, which is East Coast. It's usually freezing, and it was. And then on Friday it got hot. We walked outside like, what? It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, the thing for me is that how do you continue to deny it? But I don't think we're ever going to fix it because it took, as I said in the Armageddon update, it took 100 years to get here, and no one wants to make the move to stop it. That's the weird thing. Although at the beginning of COVID, when we all shut down, they noticed an instant change in 3 months. About the climate started changing, and then then everyone got quiet about it again because they actually had proved that it was working. So we would have to change everything, and they keep pushing it off. They go, by 2050, by 2050, all the bees are going to be dead and the frogs. You assholes! The entire ecosystem is going to collapse by 2050.
Although on the positive side, I don't know if the 100 years it wasn't like a linear 100 years, right? It spiked most recently. Like in the past,
well,
30
it started. Years. So there's a woman. You should look this up. This is one of the funniest things Ray said this year, just off the cuff. She didn't mean to be funny. There was a woman that discovered in the 1880. She said that the carbon in the air was going to heat up the atmosphere. This is a woman scientist, and no one listened. It was 1880. They were like, "Shut up! Go make me make me a grilled cheese."
Burn her.
Exactly. Climate change. What are you talking? Carbon. What do you do? Who is this? I go, hey, there was a woman in the 1800s that knew climate change was coming. And she goes, of course she knew.
I said, of course there was.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one listened. Go figure.
Yeah, figure it out. See who it was. Because if they've been noticing it way back then, before 1900 hit and we had the Industrial Revolution, how do you keep denying it? It's all money, And then they had then when was
it Eunice Newton Foote?
I think so. Yes.
She's known for theorizing that changing the proportion of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere would change the average atmospheric temperature. Eunice, I said Eunice, but I'm from the South.
Eunice.
I know better. That's Eunice Newton Foote.
What year?
She died at age of 69 in 1888.
So this shit, they've been talking about this shit. They didn't listen to her because she was broad, but like she had to be like 1870, and she was like, "Hey, we're fucking things up," and they're like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
And Exxon was like, "Kill her,
zip it. We need to make tires."
Yeah, exactly. There's this thing called the automobile coming up in a couple of years. We're working on it. So
beep beep, get the fuck out of here.
So if it was that obvious to a woman. No, I didn't. You didn't see what I did. I said it, and I looked at you, and and then you processed it, and
you know why I tuned you out, other than the obvious reason, is because when I looked up Eunice Newton Foote, the picture that came up, I was sitting here going, "This can't be right." Is that?
Wow, she was handsome.
Exactly.
Show it to the camera.
Everybody had terrible names and was horrific
I don't think
looking.
that's her.
I don't think that's her.
That's the picture that they showed in the article about her. There's no picture of a woman here.
Women didn't exist back then.
If it was her,
there was no
they
pictures
didn't
of
take
of
any
them.
pictures of her.
If it was her, she also started the first women's softball league. Let's leave it there.
You're canceled, sir.
Let's leave it there.
He just canceled you.
Oh, no, you can't cancel me. I'm a comedian. By the way,
her.
I talk about this new show. You can't cancel a comedian. Everybody can get mad all you want. You can hate the comedian. You can not want to see him anymore. But just by the nature of it, it's a fucking joke. Yeah. You can cancel a comedian for behavior.
Well, jokes hurt, Mister.
Oh my God,
Mr. Man.
Oh, December, the month for snowflakes.
That's all year. Yeah, December is also a great month.
Is it for what?
Filled with flu and fatigue and poor health.
Yeah.
And it's a
What could
great
we use
time
for
to
that?
take Ritual vitamins.
Yay! That was nice.
And-
that was a nice slow tumble into the ad. Good
and
job.
use Ritual vegan protein powder, which you did this morning
yeah,
in your oatmeal.
My oatmeal was great.
I knew that because it was everywhere. Because
you tried to get-
little mountains of vanilla protein
I'm an
powder.
8-year-old. I am a Life cereal commercial from 1972 where 2 kids have the box and milk. The Ritual protein powder is great. I don't whey makes my stomach weird, and and you handed me the and I was like, no, I'm gonna use the vegan, and you were like, oh.
I handed you Tony Horton's whey protein for this morning. I change back and forth depending on what I'm. Actually, I just usually grab whatever.
Yeah, you said look. I was like, no.
And you said poo poo.
Yeah, because whey makes me poo poo.
God.
But the natural vegan protein is awesome from Ritual. Did they review these ads? Like, what the hell are they talking about? All I would say is Ritual vitamins. They're natural. You know what's in them. Not natural, but that you know what's in them. They're
because
sourced.
what does the word natural even mean?
Yeah, everything's natural. This table is natural.
Exactly.
Right. That's a good point.
Well, your hair is natural. I cut it.
You did.
By the way,
so here's what we found out during COVID.
So we deserve to know what we're putting in our bodies, especially if it's something you're going to take every day. And we do take this every day. My new shipment is coming today, I think. Great thing is you don't have to remember. It'll just show up, but you get an email before. So if you're behind, you can pause it or move it or add something, take something.
Or start eating 6 vitamins every day.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah,
no.
well, even though I do, it's the stuff is so good that it doesn't.
No sugars, GMOs,
right.
Major allergens, synthetic fillers, or artificial colorants. You can actually see through the capsule, and it's peppermint flavored, which is awesome. You don't have vitamin burps, which is
no. You don't.
You have peppermint breath. It's a delayed release capsule, so it goes throughout the day.
It doesn't make my stomach so if I'll take on some of the other vitamins, the processed vitamins, those make my stomach like acidy, and this doesn't. Ritual doesn't.
Doesn't make your pee neon either.
And it's right. Yeah, which is hard because before my old vitamins, I could actually see at night when I went to the bathroom. just a nuclear glow from the bathroom, but with Ritual it's just all natural.
Just pee your way there.
Yeah, no, my shins are destroyed trying to get back to bed.
It helps fill the gaps in your diet. It also has D3 in it, which is something that we all very much need now. So like I said, it comes every month. It's free shipping. Always start, snooze, cancel anytime. If you don't love Ritual within your first month, they will also refund your first order. So get key nutrients without the BS. Ritual is offering listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. All 3 months. Visit ritual.com/Titus to start your ritual today.
Right. What did I say to talk before she interrupted
I
me?
took
Tornadoes.
mine on the road with me.
No, she said something. I was about to start something. She goes, Ritual vitamins. She's cut me right off.
Oh, because you were going to talk about something that...
Now we've all forgotten it. It's okay.
Climate change.
No, it wasn't.
Women
It wasn't
in
climate
history.
change. No.
Please
exist.
don't jog
I'm
his
glad you're still at the
memory.
table. I'm glad he's just kind of hearing an echo of what we're talking about. Just what? Yeah, kind of got it. I don't know.
Women in history. Manly women.
And go.
Softball. It's like word association. Burn them.
Feels. What?
What were we talking about? Eunice Foot.
See?
There was something he was going to start talking
I forget about it. I forget about it
on purpose. And I don't remember what
we
it
were
was.
talking about like it's 60 degrees and it's snowing in Hawaii. Like it's all crazy. It's absurd. But I kind of got when I was writing the Armageddon update that we can't we're not to change it. It's not going to be like on Thursday we're going to shut everything down, and by 2025 we'll be cleaned up. That's not going to happen. No. It's going to be like
there's too much fighting against it. There's too much money to be made on the other side.
Yeah, and what I found out was they said that by 2100, right, the year 2100, the seas will rise 6 feet. And then I was writing the Armageddon. I thought, wait, why the fuck are they talking about 2100? Because they know we're not going to do anything about it. Do you know what I mean? They're already projecting, hey, by the way, looks like no one's doing shit, so here's how fucked we are.
Unless it is going to make a difference if they say, if we don't do anything right now, this is the date. We all are dead. So let's put an actual end date on this.
Yeah, stop being so nice about it.
Yeah.
Well,
we got to stop being nice about it.
Yeah,
We're fucked.
right. Well, you know what? Everyone's being like, well, hey, that's why they keep pushing the date back. You know, the carbon neutral day, the carbon neutral day. They're going to keep putting. Yeah,
we promised to reduce
2050.
it by.
Fuck you, 2050. We're not making it.
Even Grandma Jean thinks we need to do something about it. She said the weather is nuts. She's never seen anything like it.
I never seen nothing like this.
Nope, she hasn't.
Ah,
I can't repeat.
I thought you were going for it. Okay.
I was like, I have to go through things she said this week, and I shouldn't say that. No, that's not legal.
Well, that's even better.
No. People would pick it.
Hey, my father was like that, and he wasn't 88. And my dad would say stuff, and I'd be like, dude, do you even know what you're saying? What?
Yeah.
He did what?
She's really funny, though.
Yes, she is.
She was in fuego this week. She motored everywhere. She was up and gone. She got her snowball formed on Friday. Yep. Came back popping. Whatever. You say you want something, she's gone. You just see her car go by the window. I mean, she was supposed to get her booster today.
How's her shoulder doing?
Her shoulder surgery is healing.
Right, good.
It's still a little sore, but she gets up every morning. She was like, I don't need all these Christmas decorations everywhere. She's got Christmas decorations everywhere. And we cleaned out some of my mom's stuff in her storage unit and brought some Christmas stuff out and put a couple up. And I don't need all these. She goes, they're too cluttered on that table. And I picked up the can. It's Great Value hot dog beanie weenie chili. And it's sitting in between a deer and a Christmas sweater's legs. And I go, well, then you could declutter by getting rid of this. And she said, that's for my exercises. And I said, but
she's using it as dumbbells.
As a weight. Okay.
Just the one soup can? I go, but
is it a big stew soup can?
No,
It's like a Campbell's?
It's the 12 ounce.
The Campbell kettlebell.
It's the 12
I like the
ounce.
chicken noodle.
Yeah.
Chicken noodle. I can do curls with the chicken noodle.
But she leaves it out on the foyer table, but she's worried about clutter. And she said, when I pointed it out, it's like she doesn't notice things.
That's what I love about her. She's not a get off my lawn old person. You say something to her and she totally analyzes what you said, realizes, she self-examines a lot, and then bursts out laughing.
We took her for walks several days.
You walked her? You walked your grandma?
Yeah.
Come on, grandma. Or a leash. Outside.
That's what I told her. I was going to get her a leash. 1.2 miles in the morning. And
wow. Motoring?
Yep, she was motoring. She had her little earmuffs on. I took pictures. It was really cute. Yeah,
she is cute as a button. She really is.
She's still
motoring.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm stealing that word. I like it.
Let's motor.
Motoring.
No, that's what she yells. Let's motor. That means you better be in the car. She's already backing up as you open the garage door. Yes, Grandma didn't play. Yeah. Did we tell about her hot dog party?
Oh man, no, wait, stop.
What?
No.
We're talking shaven cat.
Grandma did not have a hot dog party because all her hair fell out.
Christopher said he's always
grandma's buns.
No, he said he's always afraid that people won't show up to a party even now, even though he's not that kid anymore. But
I have a phobia. I have a thing in my life that, whenever we plan a party, we're going to do the Prince party for New Year's. And
leading up to every year the Prince party.
Yeah.
It's me.
I don't give a shit. I'm dancing as loud as possible.
I don't ever worry about it. I'm like, of course people are going to come.
Because they showed up because
is stressed. And
right.
so
Be right.
my grandma, we were playing cards
people
and
like
she was
too.
dealing cards and she said, I had a birthday party one year. It was a weenie roast. Already he and I are like,
because by the way, we've been around long enough that we're like, oh, something's coming. Like you can feel the,
She goes, only one kid showed up. Wait. She goes,
you gotta say it. Come on.
Only one kid showed up. We had hot dogs for a week.
She said weenies. We
had weenies for a week.
And I, at this point, lose my shit.
I couldn't breathe. Remember, I was like, oh. And then you said, I have good news and bad news.
Nobody showed you a party, but weenies for a week. She sometimes will say stuff because she just says some stuff. Here's what's great about grandma is that she'll just say it. My dad would do the same thing. He would just say what was in his head, not thinking, not trying to be funny, not trying to be funny, just this a fact. And man, the humpback story still to this day. She just says stuff, and it's.
Did I tell what I did? I haven't been back on the podcast, have I? Since
we did the one on the road.
Oh, I probably shouldn't tell what I did.
Yeah,
in
you
case,
tell us. Oh,
no,
yes,
in case the super spy people listen, which they do, and then they'll take it out of the thing that I totally destroyed. I did something really evil.
Oh, what do you mean evil?
And
really?
It won't come to light.
Criminal evil?
No, awesome.
Okay.
It won't be printed in the family book until the end of the year when the wrap up happens.
This is better than swapping prices on meat?
Do you think that there will be a follow up? There will be retaliation for this?
Oh no! I just think that they'll go look for it and delete what I did.
Okay.
Guys, this is I'm a little freaked out about that. We may have to cut this out because I don't know. She's like, you're the worst spy ever, by the way. I did some stuff. I'm not telling you.
I recorded it. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just take this out because even that alone might make them go look. This episode also brought to you by Indochino.
Great shirts, man. I love my shirt, my Indochino shirt. I wore it this week. I wore my Indochino shirt because it was cut to me. Like we actually took measurements. That's the only part that's.
You did measure your hiney.
I did
all by yourself
for the shirt.
You had a measuring tape.
I measured the under taint, butt buckle.
Yes,
Christopher, we didn't need that measurement for your shirt.
Yeah,
they did.
You sure did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what it said.
They are thorough.
There's a list, man. Yeah,
you did.
I measure everything.
I'm going to order a hat. I need to measure my foot.
He used an industrial measuring tape.
I had like a construction one. And it was like kick. And
with a level on it.
He did.
I'm bleeding in a place that I shouldn't bleed, is what I'm saying.
It was
with
awesome.
the metal tape.
I was watching him do this in the living room.
I needed your help. Can I get some help, please, on this one?
I did help you when instead of putting it under and pull
that's the move.
You did it backwards.
I'm measuring here, and
you did it backwards. So
I need a little assist. I couldn't see how long it was.
The measuring tape, and he took the box.
My head doesn't move like an owl.
It put it.
I found
out.
No, I can see it now.
You just do it the other way.
Yeah, no, I know. I figured that out. But here's the sad part about me. I had to figure that out.
I need some help here. Yeah.
Who can help me?
Spinning around like a dog.
Can't one do it.
Indochino offers completely custom fitted suits, shirts, casual wear, and more, and it's surprisingly affordable prices. It's ridiculous. It's the way that the world is now. You get so many cool things that are like specific to you, and it's affordable. It's crazy.
What I liked about it was we did all the measurements, shoulders, arms, whatever, and then we sent it in, and they sent it, and the shirt was no more like when you go I wear these other shirts that are just normal shirts, and it was the same price as that, and it was cut to me perfectly. It's black. The fabric is brilliant.
You got your pecs and you're ripped now.
I do, man. I look like yeah.
It's awesome. So the best part, their suits.
It's cut like if I was James Bond.
Yes,
exactly.
I will kill you.
Like a superhero?
Shirts, for example, start at $79.
Right. That's
like what you got. And the suits, like a full suit, starts at $429. And this is a tailor-made suit. You can do your lining, choose your lining. You can add monogram. It's everything. You're designing the whole thing. Give yourself a custom closet revamp with Indochino, or give the gift of great style with an Indochino gift card, so somebody like Titus, can go and get a shirt made for them if they
go to the website. You can configure like your suits and stuff. Go check it out, man. It was fun just to play with that and see what I could come up with, because the Prince party's coming up, and I was like, I'll get a suit for the Prince party.
Get $50 off any purchase of $3.99 or more by using promo code Titus at Indochino.com. That's $50 off a purchase of $3.99 or more at Indochino.com. Promo code Titus. That's INDOCHINO.
I was on the road in San Jose, and San Jose has become this town. So I grew up in the Bay Area. It was nice. It was normal people. I grew up a mile and a half from a drag strip, so everybody drove kind of cool cars, and they knew how to drive. Because it's now Silicon Valley, and it's just packed with geeks who are thinking of others. I'm
Priuses.
telling you, it is Priuses, and it's the worst. I've never been. And then San Jose, the fucking governor, or the mayor of San Jose brother must own a stoplight company, because there is a stoplight
You were
mid-block.
very frustrated.
And a crossing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cha-ching!
It's like every and then they're not connected to anything. It's just random. They're not linked where you can go, all right, if I make these.
Not an intersection?
You just stop and wait forever.
Mid-street, there's a light?
I almost felt like there was someone watching me and was like, no,
Trying to
wait.
fuck with you.
No.
Remote control.
Green, no, give me yellow, give me yellow. No, go back to red. I mean, it was
On an app. It's an app.
Yeah. So there was some guy, and here's how bad it was. At one point, I simply went to go buy some Christmas presents. I simply went to the mall, to this crazy mall. They have this mall there that is. It's every store
Stoplights in the mall.
No, yeah, exactly. Just to get in.
Every store.
No, and I did something I thought was smart. I actually parked because the mall was packed, and I was looking at Waze, and it was red all the way to the mall. So I just went one block up, not a car on it, and then I was going to park in the neighborhood. Well, these people across the street from the mall, what they did was to not make people park in the neighborhood. Is all their leaves they'd swept in piles and put them in the street. And I was like, "That's fucking leaves."
Yeah.
Park my
Do some
car.
donuts.
I didn't even care, man.
Right back onto your
I was like,
lawn.
is this it? Is this your big move here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go over your pile of leaves? Okay.
What'd you buy at the mall?
I bought you Christmas presents.
Like what?
Monogrammed robe.
This is her dumb thing she does every year.
Monogrammed
What'd you get? What'd you get?
robe.
And like I'm gonna just go. I mean, I guess you really do think
the
I'm
last
dumb.
couple candles ever.
Yeah, ever. Yeah, the candles. We're out of candles now.
Candle
By the way,
prices are going through the roof. Through the
supply-
roof, literally.
Yeah, there's definitely a supply chain. By the way, to everybody in those states, man, we hope everything's good. I mean, I'm just glad Biden's sending as much stuff as he can. I just, man, I can't even imagine. Like, imagine being this close to Christmas. And did you see any of the pictures?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes,
There's
Gone.
yeah.
Gone. And I don't know. So
It's
flattened.
like paradise, California, you know, how you're just looking at it, the pictures, and it's just gone. Your brain can't frame around it because there should be something there, you know, maybe some things burned or some things blew away, but everything is just flattened.
So do me a favor, people. Go. We should go look if there's any charities for it that are valid. We need to, if you can, imagine being this close to Christmas and having your entire life destroyed, and maybe someone near you was killed by it. If you can, do me a favor. Go and donate to one of the organizations that's helping them. You know, because we want to make sure that these people not only get their lives back, you know, in a sense of their homes and stuff. And I mean, imagine being this close to Christmas and someone else died. So if you can donate something, I'm going to.
The governor of Kentucky established the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund.
Okay.
Just type in Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. Blood supply also is critically low at hospitals and areas affected by the storms. So you can donate blood. You can donate to the American Red Cross.
That's a good one.
Relief funds. They also, Red Cross is providing shelter for those displaced by the tornadoes. So if you donate to the Red Cross, you're donating to that effort.
I'm going to, when we get done here, I'm going to
Salvation Army has mobilized to provide food, shelter, and other emergency cares to victims of the tornadoes.
We love them.
Love them. The Mayfield Community Foundation has set up a GoFundMe. Feeding America is distributing ready-to-eat bags of food. Jose Chef Andres,
That dude's amazing. That dude, one of a rare hero, Chef Andres, right? What's his last name?
Jose.
The dude.
Andres.
Anytime something goes wrong, this guy's the first dude in. He's the Rambo of the grill.
Of food.
Yeah, dude. He just comes in. I'm feeding everybody. Like, hey, the wind's not gone yet. The tornado's there. It's still in the.
It's already there.
Yeah, it's actually the building. It's just not. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna set up to the left because
but the grill smoke started moving a little bit.
He founded World Central Kitchen, so you can also donate to them. They're a 501c3.
So the way we can start actually getting this country back together is to help. By the way, don't care what they believe politically. I hate that this happened to anybody, you know. And I hope if a quake or something hits here, man, I hope that people would go, I don't give a shit what they agree politically. We have to stop that.
How many more incredibly destructive climate
Please
things
don't.
do
Why
we
do
need?
you guys say these things out loud?
No.
What?
There's not gonna happen.
No, for people to believe it's happening and not put people in charge that are denying it.
I think because people think there's a thing now that I've noticed that people think that they're going to get something taken away from them. That's
They have
what,
nothing.
Yeah.
They have.
But I know. But it's the people that have nothing think what little they have is going to get taken away, and that's the narrative that Fox News uses, and that's the narrative that Newsmax and OAN use, and it's fear, socialism. They're giving your stuff away. I want to go, guys. We all pay taxes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather have the money given back to you in a service that we're paying the government for?
Yep.
And they were whining about the new budget. They're whining, it's going to be $3 trillion over 10 years, which is 300 and something $billion. Yeah, okay. Military's 780,
Right.
and they didn't have
every day.
They didn't have a problem
Yeah.
with just passing that like that.
Yeah.
And our military is important, but our military is 10 times bigger than the next 4 countries.
It's not 10 times
combined.
bigger important, right?
right, agreed.
Maybe 3 times. How about that?
But people at Boeing need new jets. They need, they need personal jets. They need jet skis. They need ski boats.
the Benny and the Jets.
They need Benny and the Jets. Benny! And
That's a song. It's not a movie. So
It is?
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. That's why I don't usually in my Armageddon updates I try to have an upside at the end. And this one I was like, we're not gonna do shit. I was reading about this with my weekly reader when I was in elementary school. We had the weekly reader. Did you get the weekly reader?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So weekly reader and be like, climate change is coming. Or you were putting too much fossil fuels and blah blah blah. Although Exxon says and I remember
Your weekly reader was way different than mine.
Oh yeah, man, it was bad.
Mine was like, find the raccoon in the tree.
There was always one. Yes, that was that. But there was always one article in it.
I was in the South. They probably
the
tore that off.
demographic.
Yeah,
Sort of.
they were like,
Printing
gun,
was-
gun. By the way, draw the gun. Be a good guy with a gun. That was your weekly reader.
Sponsored by Exxon.
How many barrels of oil will help society?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You got a different one than we got in California. Ours was written by George Carlin.
By the way, you can see us Saturday, Minneapolis Pantages Theater. Final show of the year.
Yep, and triple vaxxed, and I think they're checking everybody for stuff. So come on down to the show. You'll be as safe as you can be. Honestly, I haven't had anybody report anything on the gigs we've done because if I'm not spewing virus on you, telling my jokes, and you're laughing at me and not spewing virus on me, we can make this work, right? Right? Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah. By the way, the Lauren Boebert Armageddon update, which he did a brilliant job on.
Thank you, sir.
And we've got more views on that. We doubled the views on it. So either people really hate her or they really like her. I don't know what it is, but whatever happened, we did good.
Lauren was really mad at it. She just watched it.
I think
like
people
a
are
million
finding
times.
it. People, so thank you for subscribing to the channel on YouTube, Christopher Titus TV, and for listening to us on all the platforms. We really appreciate it. It does help us.
Yeah.
You guys got us through. Thank you. Next, we're going to do another one tomorrow. So there'll be another podcast coming out. I think I do it on Crix Mix.
It's that
Oh yeah,
time of
the annual
year.
Crix Mix.
We do the annual Crix Mix.
Where did that name come from?
I don't know. You just said it one day. It's Crix Mix.
Crix Mix.
Oh, did he say it? It's Crix Mix.
Oh
He
yeah.
said
I
it.
like
Maybe
Crix
that's-
Mix. Yeah. So my Crix Mixes were always a little bit odd. I was at the home, and my parents always said they were going to show up, but they didn't. Well, they never said it. I was told they were going to show up, and they didn't.
He said Crix Mix and Ventriloquix.
Ventriloquix, man. Those guys that make the dummies talk. Oh, I like ventriloquixes. I used to be funny. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And be safe out there. For myself, the lovely bombshell right in the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
I just realized that that's not the dogs.
It's her
now.
coat. By the way, it does. They're always the
Oh my god! I'm like, they haven't moved the entire time.
Christmas.
Usually right about now.
Or it's a Muppet.
They come up on the camera like
I would like a Christmas song.
away in a manger.
The Titus Podcast.